Welcome into Dale Fisher Rink at the GFL Twin Arenas here in beautiful Devon, Alberta. We've got BWC and CIHA in U15 Elite action for you. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot Sports Production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us wherever you find us from. Little BC versus Alberta action for you. Second game of 4 on the day. Centering pass knocked away as CIHA and BWC, a couple of teams looking to finish off their round-robin play here today. Logan Chang round the near side, poking it forward as then it's knocked away towards the benches area. Sent back into BWC territory as Chang with it. A backhander through the middle. Entry into the zone for Lima right side. Wrister. Knocked off of the goaltender, gets to the rebound, and knocks that one aside. As CIHA, another one in front, shut down by Montembeault. CIHA, lots of great A's given up to BWC in this early minute and a half. As Montembeault, fantastic early showing there, stopping a few big ones. CIHA off the mask, rebound knocked away as Nelson got the stick to it across. Here's a wrister stopped by Oak, and Sutherland will clear it out of harm's way. Can't take your eyes off this action for a second. These two teams in the early going are going right at it. Fired off of the wall there as it was cleared out by Lucas Lavers. Curling back in their own zone, CIHA. Stretch feed opposite blue line onside. Looking towards the middle. Strike as it was knocked away by Carpenter. Now Ewell, left wing side, feeds it through to Carpenter. Carpenter to his forehand. Centering pass stopped by Montembeault, and the rebound goes wide. Physicality there as they shove the man down to the ice and looking after the rebound. Blue attire tried to get to it. Pass across to Chang. As Chang slows up in behind the cage, Barker clearing space in front too. Barker pass ahead, tipped forward by Carpenter. Into the attacking zone, they'll chase after it. As Putticombe and Simpson come off of the bench. Kenzo Gibson is also out there on the ice now, the captain. Cleared to the middle of the zone. Gathered up by Ryder Lefebvre. As it's hammered back in by Putticombe, who is patrolling the center. As CIHA send it up the near side. They cut across the middle to the opposite wing. Dump and chase, the flavor of choice. Putticombe back for it. Reverses to the opposite side. Warnick taken off of the pocket. It stays in onside. Great work by Jarrett Otto. Comes right back up the middle. Had to be quick with that one, did Gibson. Taken out by LaBelle. As Putticombe dumps it into the attacking end, and he'll head off on a change. Montembeault. They'll feed it to the far wing. CIHA. Ahead they come, near wing. Backhander in off of the end boards as Sutherland follows up in the corner. Back to the line, a shot. Tipped wide by Chang, set up. CIHA sweep it through the zone and out the other side. Down low and around the near side it goes. BWC as Chang looks up ice. Nelson tipped it forward. Over to the D of CIHA. Pass forward, entering the zone. George Mathios. Down low, sharp angle shot off the side of the goal. Following up was Dingwall. Dingwall looking, shooting, tipped, reacted, did Oak. Chang with a rebound, it's knocked away. As Sexton gets it to the line, across, far side. Shot, misses to the near side corner. Sexton chasing down on Theo Falk, it goes to the opposite side. Jumping up, pushing it back into the zone. Good work by Cohen St. Louis. As Chang pass up the middle. Finds his man at the opposite blue line. Lima tipped it in. Gibson's going after it. Gibson knocked off of his path. As then Owen Light getting a piece of the action. He'll come around the near side half boards. Just getting out of the way of that hit was Liam Nicolat. Barker spins off of the contact. Pass goes up the middle as Gibson. Awkward fall there, taken out into the end boards on the far side, right in front of our timekeeper. Puck ended up underneath him, so play will be blown down. They'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Shots 4-4 Both teams with some pretty strong opportunities early on in this contest. We knew this was going to be a good contest, and it's lived up to the hype so far here in the early going. Back it goes. Across to Simpson as Barker now. Barker in one side, out the other. Watched closely by Gerstenbuehler. Gerstenbuehler able to work it up the half boards. Then Lima sends it out to the neutral zone. Left it for Gibson. Saucer pass, right wing circle. Back in front. And Montembeau the save. Rebound. They score! If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. BWC on the board first as Gibson deposits the rebound. Just throwing it on goal from the wing was Wyatt Lowther. Gibson in the area. Looks like he might have tipped it through the pads. And then it ends up going into the back of the goal. Persistence pays off for Gibson as he finds himself with the rebound goal, and BWC get the early lead. Played off of the wall as Putacombe tries to send it back to neutral territory. Falling down at the line. Physicality there with Loic LaBelle. Pass up the middle, tipped in as Chuddick. Now LaBelle. Far side gets around Putacombe. Into the attacking end as they reverse up that right wing side for Putacombe. Blue attire, a chance now. Ewell in. Snapshot stopped by Montembeau. The defender blew a tire, and it opened up the lane for Carter Ewell. Montembeau, though, way out at the top of the blue paint. Able to shut down that opportunity and keep it a 1-0 contest. Face off right side. Chang, the one-timer, fought off by the blocker of Montembeau. As CIHA, a stretch pass, far wing. Onto the backhand they go, and they'll send it into the attacking zone. In behind the cages, Chang, watched by Sexton. Barker there to support. Backhander up the left wing side. Here goes Stacy. Stacy, a chip and chase. Following up as well will be Warnick. Opposite side boards. Held in by Chang. Goes to the opposite corner. CIHA settle it down to behind the goal. Snap pass to the opposite wing. They're going to play it forward as Chang intercepts. BWC now onside, as following up on the left wing side will be Ryder Bowie. Bowie kicks it to his stick. There's the follow-up as Montembeau finds it through traffic. As we have a look at these two teams yesterday, CIHA dropping a 7-3 decision to Shattuck St. Mary's. As that was their lone game of yesterday. As CIHA, they will be, as we look back, nope, they played Shattuck's yesterday. And they will play again today. Their second game will be against Illinois at 7:30 tonight over on Zender. Here's a chance. Across, out of the reach of Chuddick. As Falk puts a dent in the steel cross beams. We get another stoppage of play. So yeah, CIHA was supposed to have played their first game against Illinois yesterday morning. However, due to some travel issues for Illinois, their game was rescheduled to tonight, 7:30 over on Zender Ring. So in this case, they get the two games today. BWC playing their final game of the round robin. They had two yesterday, as BWC dropped the 7-2 decision to Shattuck's before picking up a 3-1 win over Illinois. Puck will come free to the far side. Pass up the right wing, tipped forward by Kenzo Gibson. As they pivot in their own zone, Bennett Pattison, one of the players we had a chance to catch up with prior to the contest. Sure to stay tuned during the intermissions as CIHA hoists that one in. They'll fire it off of the far side wall. Tipped into the middle. Gibson pokes it free, left wing side. Lowther in, feeds it through, tipped wide. As Lima gathers in the corner, looking to play it down low. Gibson shoved to the ice. As the rebound, Lowther tracking it down, sweeps it in front, nobody home. Far side half wall as CIHA played off of the boards. There's a look as they send that one right in on Montembeault. Fresh legs coming out for BWC. Ewell leading the forecheck. Putacombe steps up, able to win that battle and get it into CIHA territory. Pins his man against the half boards. Ewell in there to help out as well. Cleared out. BWC side of center. Leading the charge on the forecheck there was Ryder Lefebvre. Wins the battle back. Sends it to the middle, picked off by Putacombe. BWC following up. Ethan Cartadanata. One of the prides of Port Coquitlam, BC. Nelson, Ewell, Cartadanata out with Simpson, as well as Chang. On the side of CIHA, centerman coming out, looks like it will be Cole Chuddick. And on his wing, joined by Joe Marion, as well over on the other side, is Cohen St. Louis. Backhand play, as in behind the goal will be Loic LaBelle. LaBelle, a backhander to the line. St. Louis through traffic, wide of the goal. Should mention a starting netminder for BWC in this game, Mr. Tyson Oak. Cartadanata, glancing blow, good patience, played it to the line. St. Louis holds again. Shot blocked as BWC stolen. Chuddick to the middle. LaBelle can't pull the trigger. As Ewell, that one hit one of the BWC players hanging over the bench. That will freeze play there as Ewell and LaBelle came together right after the whistle. 10:40 left to go in this opening frame. 1-0 BWC as Gibson cleaned up the garbage after a tip on Montembeault. Snuck through the pads and was sitting in the paint behind him. Tie up off of the draw. Shot from the high slot. Stopped by Oak. Rebound cleared by Putacombe. Collision in behind the net with him and Dingwall. Snap pass left wing side. As they'll work their way around the outside. CIHA get to it first as Pattison ties up with a BWC jersey. Penalty coming here. As the two players will tie up. And it looks like we're going to get a roughing call coming here. Solid showcase for the fans and scouts here for this contest as most of the stands on the far side where the heaters working are full. Unless they got it fixed. I was hearing a rumor that the heaters on the near side were not working too hot, no pun intended, as the staff members, all the different CHL teams that are here to scout players wrapping around the end glass. You can see a bunch of them there from our camera angle here. So Pattison going to have a seat in the sin bin. To the line and across to the right wing side. Logan Chang out for the power play. Lowther also at the line. In the middle high slot will be Lima. Down low is Bowie as well as Gibson. They'll trade places. Here's Gibson. Turns, feeds it back right circle. Here's Lima. Tried a one-timer and didn't get all of it. Chang. Top of the right side. Feeds it down the wall. Gets it right back. Chang across left side now. Gets it back on the right. Chang trading places with Gibson across to Lowther. Through traffic. Tipped on goal. Stopped by Montembeault. In the corner. Taken down was Joe Marion. Still gets the puck ahead to Chuddick, who clears it down ice. BWC trying to find those long-range one-timers potentially on the outside. Good work in the shooting lanes by CIHA. Gibson goes airborne trying to get around his man. A glancing blow there from, I believe it was Kale Okubo. Right wing side as Bowie takes it to the attacking zone. Dumps it in, chases after it. First man down low is Hansul Kim. Near side, coming out from below the goal. Center blue line, Chang. Down to 35 seconds on the power play. Lowther to Chang. Chang walking in, drops it back. Waiting, takes, stopped, rebound. Montembeau's down, but kicks it out. Cleared by CIHA. Down to 17 seconds on the man advantage. Excellent work by Montembeau. As Chang will slow it down at his own blue line. 5 seconds left on the power play. Falk wasn't able to touch it lest it be too many men. Out of the box, 5 aside. Sharp angle shot. Oak finds it and covers up for the rebound. As 8:10 remains here in the first period. Oak staring down that shot from the wing. Good look by George Mattheos. As Sutherland, Falk, Putico, Carta-Donata, and Carpenter out for BWC. As we get Gersten Bueller in the middle, will be Okubo taking the draw. Waved out was Okubo. Far side will be Ryder Lefebvre. And back at the line, we get Duncan Marion. And on the near side will be Lucas Lavers. Falk clears it out to the neutral zone, chopped back towards the BWC line, offside as Gersten Bueller touches up before he can exit the zone. Under 8 to go in the opening frame. 2 of 4 games today. We'll still see 2 more great competitions after this one. Be sure to stay tuned. We got lots of incredible action for you today in day number 2. These teams finishing up their pool play today, and then, of course, it will be our semifinal Saturday tomorrow. Steele as BWC look to break out. Good recovery as the stick of Hansul Kim able to knock it back the other direction. CIHA slip it through to Gersten Bueller. Gersten Bueller, sharp angle shot, stopped as Falk has the rebound. Deflects off of Chuddick and onto the BWC bench and out of play. Still 1-0 your score, courtesy of the goal by Kenzo Gibson. 1-0 your score. As right now, BWC holding on to the advantage. Looking to see if they can send CIHA packing here today. CIHA, regardless of the outcome of this decision, will still have their evening game to finish off day 2 of competition where they take on Illinois tonight. Tipped but lands in the possession of Warnick. Stacy coming across as well. Plays it forward to the opposite side. Following up was LaBelle. LaBelle off of the boards, back to the line. Shot blocked as Stacy looks to break out. Stacy to the middle. Contact there with Loic LaBelle. They'll head their separate directions. BWC turn and fire. Montembeau the save. No rebound in sight. 6:46 left to go in the first period. These two teams not taking the foot off of the gas. They got right to it, and they have not turned it down. Still a very close contest. Again, the lights shining bright here at the Canadian Crown. Be sure to stick with us during the intermission show as we'll have an opportunity to hear from some of these very players you're seeing out on the ice. Face-off, left wing side. To the half boards and controlled by CIHA. Round it goes off of the wall. As a backhander, he'll be pinned against the boards. Looking to knock this one free still was Kenzo Gibson. Gibson, bank pass to Chang, across to the right point. Pass to the bottom of the right circle, centering feed, nobody home. Chang coming in off of the point. Backhand feed, centered and knocked away. Getting to it first was Joe Marion. Reverse to the right wing. Dingwall tried to clear it out to neutral ice. Putacombe to the middle. Here's Lima, and it's blocked. Never really got off of the stick. Gibson kicks it off of Marion. Working the puck down low. Gibson. Up it goes to the line and across right wing side. Shot through traffic, deflected in behind the cage for Lima. Tried to send it in front. It's cleared out the other direction. Does not have the legs for icing as Putacombe will bank it off the far side boards. Down to 5:48 in the first period. Chopped it off of the boards and a reverse hit there by Pattison. Gets the better of the exchange as he had a man coming in from the far side. Off of the blocker of Oak. As Light taken down, still able to try and chip that up the boards as Carpenter with it. Chip and chase off of the wall. Held up there by a CIHA player. And a heavy check there. Tried to come back in front. It ends up in the blocker. Rather in the glove, I should say, of Montembeault. .518 remaining. As these two teams against CIHA looking to rebound after their loss at the hands of Shattuck St. Mary's. 7-3 was the final yesterday over on Zender Rink. Of course, BWC. This will be their third game of the tournament after going 1-1 yesterday. They've got a bit of momentum after picking up the 3-1 win over Illinois. Down low, CIHA will play it to the wall. Hooked it forward off of the back skate. Couldn't quite control it there. Was Owen Light. Following up, though, CIHA on the chance. Centering feed. Goes wide of the far post. Hit his skate on the way through. Simpson tried to pass it ahead. Picked off. Nice work to the middle. But then Simpson backhands it down low. Just out of the reach of Nicolet. Morey against the wall. Contact there. Jace Morey dug it free. Goes back to the CIHA defense. Far side. Tipped into the attacking zone by Cale Okubo. Near side. It's played off of the wall. As Nelson. It's just out of the way of the check, but that actually tipped up out of play off of the safety netting. So we get a face-off in the BWC zone. It'll be the far side from our perspective. Down to 4:20 and spare change. 4-2-3 remaining in the opening period. Thank you for joining us wherever you find us from. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot, sports production that does not miss. Back to the line off of the face-off win. Nice play, Marion. Here's the wrister, blocked. Near side, Oak was lunging for it. As Gerstenbuehler. Chang wins the puck battle. Has it in behind the goal, flushed out to the near side. He'll bank it off of the boards. After it will be Barker. Feeds it ahead to the opposite blue line. Won and sent back. CIHA up the near side. Gerstenbuehler to the middle. Here's CIHA. That ramps off the stick, and that'll put a dent in the sidewalling. There's a couple of biscuits that have come flying out of play. I still think our favorite is the one that's wedged into the piping behind the broadcast perch here in the corner. That one is pretty legendary. As Lima, Putacombe, Gibson, Sutherland, and Lowther. Then it will be Nicolet on the side of CIHA. Chudek in the middle. In the far wing will be Loic LaBelle. Gibson waved out. In to replace him on that far side will be Lima. Off the draw, back to the line. Played up the wall as the shot rings over top of the goal and off the back window. Nicolet tries to play it up the wall, intercepted by Lima. He'll bank it off of the benches as Gibson tries to bust his way in. Sweeping across was St. Louis to knock it away. Opposite side, Putacombe banks it off the benches. Here's an opportunity, right wing, wrist shot, and a pad save by Montembeault. Nice bank play sent in. BWC with a nice move on the opposite side. Here's a look by Gibson. Falls down, puck at the circles, gathered up the other direction. Played across off the near side boards, then chopped in by CIHA. Putacombe in his own zone. Holds onto this puck with Gerstenbuehler in hot pursuit. Sutherland took the hit to make the play. Intercepted. They tag up. CIHA now in towards the goal. Puck loose. Comes to the near side. No stick found it. Carpenter. Left side, they'll dump it off of the wall. Chasing after it is Stacy with pace. Taken down by Pattison. Puck comes free in behind the goal. A backhander around the far side. Chips it up the wall. As shoved off of the play there. George Matthews throwing the weight around. As they'll chip it to the middle. CIHA on the back check now. As Ewell send it to the opposite blue line. Pinball game will continue as they finally get it into BWC territory. Gerstenbuehler reverses down low. Simpson cutting across, centering feed, back out to the line, just out of the reach there of a lunging Duncan Marion. Round the outside, dumped into the zone, poked away by Nicolette. Nicolette tried to chip it off the crossbar, and it hits the post and goes wide. An impossible angle there. Now Ewell a chance. Good recovery by the defense, and it's a delayed offside. So excellent work there by Duncan Marion on the back check, able to stop Ewell dead in his tracks. And right before that, a solid little chip play from the far wing over the shoulders of the goaltender. Hit the crossbar, though. What an angle that came in at. Off the draw, CIHA go back and forth and ahead to the far wing. Tried to shoot it off of the far side wall, but it hit the official. Deflects off them again. Into the zone now. Across to the left wing circle. Carta to Theo Falk. Nicolette unable to play it out of the zone. Retreating for it. Cohen St. Louis. Carta gets to it first. St. Louis finds him in the corner. Falk in there as well. As Joe Marion will have it near side. Nearing the final 60 seconds of this period. Double whammy there. As a look across the zone, broken up by BWC. Nelson gave it away. Gerstenbuehler. Pass ahead near side into the zone. Comes Lefebvre. Couldn't handle it. As Chang taken down by Chuddik. Near side, they'll play it into the corner for Chuddik. Nobody available for a centering pass. Goes back to the line across far side. Here's Pattison. Tried to pass it through to Chuddik. It was broken up by Chang. Stretch pass. In behind the defense is Lima. Lima on a breakaway to the backhander. Stopped by Montembeau. Lima used that long reach to try and get around the netminder, but Montembeau gets the pad on it. Simpson. As that comes out towards the neutral zone, Lowther stick tied up. Couldn't make a play on the puck. As BWC across to Sutherland. Stretch pass, right wing, tipped into the attacking zone. Down to 7 seconds remaining here in the period. Backhand spin, no good. It's knocked away. And that will do it for the opening 20 here from Dale Fisher. A little bit extra pushing and shoving after the whistle for good measure. But let's have another look. Lima to the backhand. And Montembeau sticks out the pad. Does he get the pad on it? He does. Kicks the skate out. And gets enough of that puck to steer it wide. Fantastic stuff from CIHA and BWC in that opening 20 minutes. As we'll turn our attention back up into the broadcast booth here to kick off the intermission show. Ian Wilson with you on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trickshot Sports Production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us wherever you find us from. What a first 20 as BWC and CIHA a back and forth affair here from Dale Fisher at the GFL Twin Arenas. The only goal so far goes to Kenzo Gibson, who cleans up on the front doorstep after he tips it on goal and then gets to the backside of the netminder and deposits it across the goal line. As BWC take that 1-0 advantage into the locker room, and a chance now for both sides to reevaluate their position coming into the second period. But man, if things stayed the way they were right now, we would be in for a treat. As if these two teams are only going to give us 1 goal a period, we are in for it coming down to the wire in the third period. but expect nothing less from these two teams. As again, BWC coming into their third game of the Canadian Crown. They are 1-1 right now, so this win is something they desperately need if they want to be in the discussion for the A division come Saturday. And then, of course, on the side of CIHA, they're looking to brush off the 7-3 loss to Shattuck yesterday. They have this game against BWC, followed by their contest against Illinois later tonight over on the Zender rink. So we'll see what they're made of as the day progresses, but we have seen a lot of speed and a lot of grit from both teams. Good puck control, especially through the neutral zone. Both sides able to find a clean attack into the offensive territory. So a tip of the hat to the netminders as well as the defense so far, especially on the side of CIHA Montembeault, especially that last save against Lima. What an opportunity, but Lima goes to the backhand, uses that long reach, but it's not enough as the pad goes out for Montembeault. We had a couple of interviews that we collected with the players prior to the game. We are going to hear first from Bennett Pattison from CIHA. Let's hear what he had to say prior to this contest here at Dale Fisher.
How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Bennett Pattison from CIHA ahead of their contest against BWC here at Dale Fisher Rink. Bennett, how you doing so far this tournament? How's CIHA been faring?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been a great tournament. Super excited to be a part of it. It's great.
For these tournaments, obviously, it's a good chance for the boys to get bonding. It's a real neat experience to get all the way out, get into these tournaments, and just experience it all.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got a good chance at going all the way this year, so it's going to be a great experience for our team.
If somebody hasn't had the chance to see CIHA hockey before, how would you describe that to us in a nutshell?
I'd say we're a very good passing team, very physical, and we love to lay the body.
And for you, just tell us a little bit about some of your early experiences in hockey. How'd you first get involved, and how long have you been playing this sport for now?
Well, I think I'd say I started when I was about 3 years old. Moved up in the HSL, and then moved to CIHA. It's been a great decision.
Fantastic. Just give us a quick message for the fans back home that are tuned in to watch the game.
Enjoy the show.
There it is. Thank you very much, Bennett. Good luck in your game today, buddy.
Thank you.
How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Wyatt Lowther from Burnaby Winter Club ahead of their contest against CIHA here at the Dale Fisher Rink. It's day 2 of this Canadian Crown. Wyatt, the U15 Elite Tournament, the lights are shining bright. How have you been so far?
I've been great. It's very fun.
Yeah. What's the travel been like coming out to Alberta with the boys?
It's very cold, not like this back in BC.
No, 100%. There's a little bit of snow outside, which means it's a great day for hockey. If you had to describe BWC hockey to us, what would that be?
It's a great culture, and everyone's a great person, and we're all nice to each other, and we're just great teammates.
And what's it like being a part of this kind of the big atmosphere at the tournament? Obviously, there's a lot of eyes on this event, and you guys have the chance. Every game matters. What's that pressure been like?
It's been a big pressure, showcasing everyone's skills and just everyone playing their best. It's really fun.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you first get involved in the sport? How long have you been playing hockey for?
I've been playing hockey for about 13 years now, ever since I was a little one.
Ever since you're a little one. You remember who chucked you out the door the first time?
Oh, definitely my dad.
Definitely your dad. Yeah. There you go. Last thing, just give us a very quick message for the fans that are tuning in from back home.
Wish us luck, and hopefully we make semis and win finals.
There it is. Thank you very much, Wyatt. Good luck out there today.
Thank you.
Elevator, but the rain's on the way with the fleet. Take a seat, or stay out of reach. Word is mine, I ain't claiming a piece. Throne is mine, but I stay on my feet. Locked and loaded, I pray that you get low. If you rollin', I pray you don't get cold. Is you ready for war, my brother? Is you ready for war, my brother? Backing up.
Quick shot, scored!
Yeah, don't ask if you thinking we different. You trash and I'm picking the litter. I'ma spend a whole bag, I'm still getting rich. Really it figures, life's the bitch, now I'm intimate with it. Got hunger, but I'm skipping the dinner to give him the picture. Get him my gold, they ain't giving the silver. They ain't really the winners, long as you still in the mix. That's a real bad luck, brother. Now I got them all shook, brother. I ain't playing by the book, brother. They'll be reading what it took, brother. Soon enough we'll be understood, brother. Started doing everything I could, now I'm doing what you can in case you mistook. Place with grace, but I can't stay put. I'm made to be self-made and make way with the fleet. Take a seat, or stay out of reach. Word is mine, I ain't claiming a piece. Throne is mine, but I stay on my feet. Locked and loaded, I pray that you get low. If you rollin', I pray you don't get cold. Is you ready for war, my brother? Is you ready for war, my brother? Backing up.
Welcome back inside Dale Fisher Rink here at the GFL Twin Arenas in beautiful Devon, Alberta. We've got the U15 Elite Edition of the Canadian Crown underway as day number 2 rolls right along. Dump to the ice as the CIHA player able to throw some weight around. Turnover results as CIHA into the attacking zone. Left wing side. Tipped in front, they score! Quick strike offense as CIHA have come to play here in the second period. All starts out with some great physicality at the left circle. Knocks the player off of the puck, and CIHA go to work. They throw it across, and Chuddick is waiting to cash in at the back doorstep. Well, 20 seconds into the second period, and this game is tied up at 1 apiece. As BWC took the 1-0 lead into the intermission, CIHA have made quick work of it here. Now we've got a brand new hockey game before us, and the second period now awaits. BWC into the zone. Putacombe shot deflected wide as Light knocked down far side, throws it towards the front of the goal. Marion to Morey. Tries to get across the blue line. Holds it onside as his teammates forced to tag up. Back to the CIHA blue line. Here's St. Louis. Throws that one down the other way. Was knocked down as BWC. Control up through the middle. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland gains the zone. Far wing. Backhands it in behind the cage out the near side. Back for it will be Nelson as that one was chipped past Barker. Nelson going to pick up some speed on the far side of the ice. Gains the zone himself to the middle. Pushes to his forehand. Blew a tire as Gerstenbuehler picks it up. Left wing. Spun around. Chopped it in. Delayed offside though, so no forecheck available. Now it is. Tipped by Cartadonata. He'll head off on the change as CIHA come back into their own territory. As Ewell gets a big chunk of Kim. Round it goes, near side. Marion. Marion tosses that one through. Okubo trying to get into the zone with the puck, left it behind. Turn and burn opportunity for BWC. That one's cleared up and out of play, so a face-off coming in the neutral zone with 18:01 left in the middle frame. So after Kenzo Gibson gets the party started in the opening frame, now we come away with a 1-1 game in this middle period, thanks to the work of Kai Dingwall and Cole Chuddick. Heavy physical play. Freed up the puck. And then Chuddick, right place, right time to receive that feed in front. Puck will pop free into the neutral zone. A little bit of a commotion going on in front of the benches as Kim feeds it left wing now. Pattison. Heard from him during the intermission. We'll hear from him as well as Mr. Lowther once again coming up in the next intermission. So if you missed that, never fear. We will play it for you once again. Off of the boards. Here's Kim off of the steal. Kim, a couple of problems with it. Dragged it through and shot it in. As that will rebound. Oak could not put it underneath the glove. Chipped off of the window. Settled down by Marion. BWC, break over the blue line, feed it to the middle. Here's Lima. Wrister stopped by Montembeau. Kicked out to the line. Nobody home as CIHA. Matthews. Into the zone. Cuts hard to the middle. Poked away by the defense. Held in onside. Looking. Passing off. Here's a wrist shot. Matthews scores! My, George Matthews. A wicked wrister from the left side. CIHA take the lead. This all starts on a nice play by Eric Sexton. Makes the unselfish pass over to Matthews, and he does the damage. Little drag shot, short side. It's 2-1 CIHA. As BWC now all of a sudden behind the 8 ball. Can they find a way to battle back? Chang centers in front. Montembeau gets down, out to the line. Here's Sutherland with a try, blocked. Coming out near side is Lowther. Left it at the outside skirts of the circle. Chang lost the defender. Chang towards the goal. Tried 5-hole. Lima hooked it in front. It goes off a skate and escapes offensive territory. Mattheos intercepts on the right wing. Cut hard to the middle and dumps it into the attacking zone. Bounced off of the wall and headed behind the cage as it'll work its way around near side. Pass forward. Far side, then played to the middle. No good. As Light. CIHA. BWC, Lima, drag move, scores! The puck pops free for BWC as Lima gets the job done. Christian Lima, the pride of Langley, BC, a toe drag at the top of the zone. And an absolute twine-seeking missile from distance. Our game is tied back up at 2. That one blows past Montembeau on the glove side. Back and forth, the pendulum swings here in this contest. These two teams showcasing what they've got, and it's providing a whole lot of entertainment value. We expected the competition to be fierce, and we've got a good one on our hands here. As Pattison will send it to Kim. Kim up the wall, gets out to neutral ice, and across it goes to the near side. BWC in, stopped by Montembeau, as Kim will whip it around the wall. BWC now, Bowie, little push on Okubo as they end up against the end boards. Played forward to the line, kicked forward, held in by Putacombe. Then passed ahead, right wing side. Here's a look. Here's a long wrist shot, goes wide from Lefebvre. BWC pick it up in front of the benches. Falk chips it on goal as Montembeau will just put it in the glove and hold on. Falk and Lavers with a bit of a discussion. So Montembeau, all of a sudden, this game back tied up at 2. A pair of pretty goals as CIHA get it to go on a wrist shot at one end, and then Christian Lima does the same on the other end. Off of the draw. Puck ends up back near the faceoff dot. Dragged out. Held in far side. Chang pass Cartagena. Tips it on goal and it's stopped by Montembeau. Ethan Cartagena right in front. Gets a big chunk of that one on a nifty feed from the far side. Montembeau out aggressively to stop it. We'll see on the replay. Left all alone in front. And a perfect tip got the angle he wanted. Was dumped into the cage right after. Good save by Montembeau. Back out it goes to the neutral zone. Logan Chang with it in BWC territory. In behind the cage, out the near side. He'll play it off of the wall. Tipped forward by Cartagena. As Marion throws it forward. Out of the reach of Mattheos. Far side boards. Battle continues right near the penalty box. Mattheos took a man against the wall. As Ewell, one hand on the stick, tried to chop it forwards. Here's Mattheos against the boards. Across left wing side for St. Louis. St. Louis ahead, left wing side for Dingwall. Gets around Chang. Down low. Nicolat to the opposite corner. Mattheos up to the line for Marion. Left wing now. St. Louis down low on the ice. Blocked in front as BWC tried to slip it through as Cartagena was offside. He'll be forced to tag up. Logan Chang joined the rush as well. And a penalty coming here to BWC. That was tipped into the attacking zone as they'll cover up, and that'll be the penalty called here. Indeed, it will be a slash, as there was a bit of frustration after that play went towards the offensive zone. Hart to Donata, just a little bit offside, and then there was a slash provided on the way to the box, or rather to the benches, which now has a man in the box. It'll be Logan Chang in the sin bin for a few minutes. CIHA going to start things off. Right wing side in the attacking zone. Win it back to the right point. Across left side, Pattison towing the line, feeds the right wing. Back to Pattison, center point. Across left wing side at the top of the dot. Going to pull it back out. Chuddick, right side, gets it right back. Chuddick, left side of the point. Feeds it to the center blue line area. Back to Chuddick. One-time pass. Tried to get it across far side. Did not connect. Round it goes as Sexton gets it to Chuddick. Chuddick down low in the corner. Pass out. Here's a one-timer kicked out by Oak. Another one blocked and then cleared by BWC. Montembeau out to settle it up for Mr. Pattison. Pattison under pressure by Lima. Left it behind for his teammate as Dingwall now brings it up. Pass to the right wing. Gets it right back. Left wing and offside. A bit of a delayed call there. As 1:04 remaining on the man advantage. Down to 12:45 left in this middle frame. Both teams providing us with some exceptional hockey here. Tie game at 2 apiece. Off the draw, they'll win it back. Here's St. Louis. St. Louis to the right side, dumps it in. In the corner now, Barker gave it away, poked away, but still has a trouble in the middle as it's then cleared. 50 seconds on the power play. Left in behind the cage, here's Mattheos. Mattheos up over the blue, gains the red, and he'll carry it himself up the wing before he dumps it off the end wall. Near side, first man to it will be Lefebvre. Back to the line it goes, St. Louis. On the wall for Lefebvre, under pressure. Knocked forward, shorthanded opportunity. Can he chase it down? Oh, Montembeau thought about it. Centering pass off the pads. As Montembeau came a solid 2-3 strides out of his crease with the stick ready to go for a flying poke check, but thought better of it. Nice move towards the goal, knocked away from the clutches of Loic LaBelle. BWC on the counterattack. Here's Chang. Pardon me. Wrister Gibson scores! Kenzo Gibson gets it to go. BWC restore the lead. Right as the penalty kill expired, Gibson explodes down the wing and takes matters into his own hands. As Gibson gets to the dot, lets it go short side. As Montembeau came out aggressive and he's able to just whisk it past. Kenzo Gibson continues to be a momentum maker for his team. Battle continues in the corner as Maury, pardon me, I should say Mr. Duncan Marion, hitting a man against the wall. Gibson just outside the pile, looking to come away with this puck. He does. To the line, one-timer blockered away by Montembeau. Awkward play there as Gibson was tangled up with a player's stick. Montembeau, another save. Around to the near side it goes, and Gibson gets some revenge with a big hit on Dingwall. Dingwall sends it ahead. Maury chasing after it. Back is Putacombe for it. Backhander as Gibson going to get going once again. Gibson to Cartadonata. Shoots wide. Gibson the rebound centered in front. Nobody home. Coming in off the line. Good stick there as Mattheos took it away from Barker. BWC to the far side. Tipped off the wall. And they're going to call icing on that one. As they'll say they weren't on the correct side of the red line when they tipped that one off of the glass and down ice. 3-2 your score as Gibson gets the go-ahead. Enzo Gibson, the captain of this Burnaby Winter Club squad, has had a fantastic Canadian Crown. And again, the eyeballs continue to pour into this arena here, Dale Fisher Rink at the GFL Twin Arenas. Lots of fans wrapping around the end glass to watch this contest, and even more in the stands to our broadcast right. Card to Donata. Off of the wall, goes to the defense of CIHA. St. Louis, far side, tipped forward. Barker, as Nicolat gets to it first, to Mattheos on the wing. Mattheos, nice dangle, shoots and scores! A little George Mattheos magic. A magnificent move to the middle as he blasts it past Oak. Once again, we've got ourselves a tie game as Mattheos, nice move at the right circle, gets onto his forehand and lets it fly. Second goal of the game for Mattheos. Both of them coming here in this second period as this game is now tied at 3. End-to-end action. Can you hear that metronome ticking? To the middle now. Nice move. Took the stick with him as Carpenter was able to muscle his way through. Near side, they come together. Played in behind the goal. 3-3 still your score. Halfway gone by. That one almost comes to say hello up in the corner. As I think it rattled one of the red pipes up to our left. I tell you, the crow's nest in the corner at Dale Fisher is not for the faint of heart. We got a little bit of defense up here. There's like a, plexiglass shield in front of our wonderful broadcast producer, Theo. And then, of course, we've got the Betty Crocker pan guarding the camera that Kieran, our camera operator, is standing behind. I'm somewhere in the middle, so I've got a whole bunch of different bits and pieces of defense here. But I tell you, whenever somebody goes to take a shot from that far wing, there's a little bit of a recoil that goes on with everybody up in the corner. As play continues near side, they try and center. Dingwall comes away with it for CIHA. Into the attacking zone, Chang recovers to take him off of the puck. Lowther down low, taken off of the puck as Chang gathers. Looking ahead, little saucer feed ahead. Was tipped off of one of the BWC players. So that'll be iced with 9:16 left in the second period. Still lots of hockey left to go here today. As coming up later on Dale Fisher, the next games following this will be the LA Junior Kings versus the St. Albert Sabres, followed by the Bisons and St. George's to finish off the day. Rister wide right of the goal. As Putacombe collects, he'll play it in behind the goal and around to the near side. BWC chip it off of the wall, and that's down ice. Will they get there in time? Icing waved off. Good hustle. Centering feed stopped by Montembeault. As Lowther battling with Pattison, that puck sent around to the far wing. Kept in by Putacombe. Gibson fips it through as Lima was looking for it on the near side. Lima to the line. Chang dances around his man as Pattison played it off of the end wall. Carpenter chips it off of the boards. Coming up near side is Pattison. In the skates, a backhander tried to clear it out of the zone. Did Morey. Morey battling. Kim in there as well. Carpenter in the pile. 3 BWC jerseys in the area. 3 CIHA players in the area. Carpenter backhands it down low and behind the cage. Out the far side is Pattison. Off the window. That'll bounce out to neutral ice. CIHA send it off of the wall as BWC. It goes back to CIHA territory. Pattison will put it off of the benches. Icing was waved off as it goes right down to Oak. He'll leave that one for his defense. Far side is Chang. Chang in behind the goal. BWC throw it up the middle. Tipped by Bowie into the attacking end. Falk follows up. Bowie. No centering feet available. Falk reaching for it as Loic LaBelle knocks it down, has a look on the left side. LaBelle centers, knocked away by Oak. On the back check was Nelson. Pinned against the wall. As Simpson lost his stick, he'll just go after it physicality style. Turn. Kirsten Bueller puts it down low. CIHA a backhander off the corner boards as they'll turn and put it into the corner round and behind the cage. Tried to play it off of the wall. Off the boards again. Here's Falk. Plays it to Simpson. Simpson, bank pass, intercepted as Chuddick was waiting for his teammates and then gives a shove right there to Simpson. Chuddick follows up on the puck in the corner, takes it in behind the goal. To the far side of the attacking end, reverses in behind the cage. Pulling it through now. Another look for Eric Sexton at the right point. They'll chip it towards the middle. Turn and fire for LaBelle in behind the goal. As Simpson, the stick tied up once again. Been happening a lot the last few shifts. Working their way ahead. Bowie the pass, Falk the dump in. Fresh legs now incoming for BWC. Carta Donata leading the tip of the spear as St. Louis will take it to the right wing. Chip and chase off the wall. As then St. Louis will back off. And in after it will be Dingwall. Pass ahead for BWC, a chance at a 3-on-1. Far side, wrister blocked by a sliding defender. Can Kenzo Gibson find the puck? He does. Chipped off the wall by Dingwall. St. Louis feeds it to the middle. As Gibson battles on the opposite wing. Through it goes as Matthews to the right wing side now. Here's the shot by Nicolette off the blocker. Puck still loose in the slot. Who can find it? BWC gets it in behind the goal. A look now for Burnaby Winter Club. Far wing. Off the end boards it goes. Kim back for it. Down to 5.5 left to go in this second period. As they'll say he got a piece of it, icing waved off. Sutherland gets it. As Simpson played it ahead, turnover. As Okubo goes down for it. Picked up on that far wing. Burnaby Winter Club off of the boards. CIHA on the counter of pressure. Back and forth, the puck goes in the neutral zone, now controlled by BWC. Backhander into the attacking end. 5 minutes left, second period action here at Dale Fisher Rink. Played off the boards. As they'll play it into CIHA territory. The defense go back for it. Pattison on a nice pass, feeds the right wing. Okubo gains the red line, dumps it in. Chasing after it, Putacombe down low, going up against Ryder Lefebvre. BWC, bank it off the near side for Lima. He'll throw it up the middle. Here's Stacy. Rowan Stacy takes the shot. Montembeau, the glove save. (28-17), your shots on goal in favor of BWC. As the Burnaby Winter Club have been all over Montembeau in this game. And currently a 25 save performance. On the other side, there'll be a 14 save effort for Mr. Oak. They'll send it off of the window and around it goes at the point. Chang down low. Lima tips it in behind the cage and out the other side. Gibson tried to drop it off as Lima now down low. Centering pass, gets through everybody and goes out to neutral ice. Back it goes in the hands of CIHA. They tip it into the attacking end. As Putacombe, an awkward fall there as he came together with a CIHA forward. As Chuddick, now BWC with the puck. Rink-wide feed deflected to the near side as St. Louis sends it down ice. They will say that icing was waved off. There was a chance to play it at the benches. Steele as Oak paddles it away. Puck still loose as Oak finally able to get himself on top of it there. As this game continues to be even keel. Opportunities at both ends. Neither team taking a momentary lapse of any type. No pressure taken off of the gas pedal. And with this game being so tightly contested, we would not expect anything less. Bowie on the near wing. BWC cut to the middle. Pass forward into the zone for Nelson. Laver steps up, feeds it far side as Simpson tries to chop it ahead up the half wall. Here's Bowie to the backhand. Knocked away by Lavers. Support comes as they fire it around the wall and out. Right back in for Nelson. Nelson with light on him as Morey, right wing side, exits the zone. Chip and chase around the defender. Following up. Here's a look, centering pass. They score! Calgary International Hockey Academy counterattack. They get the lead at 4-3. Ryder Lefebvre there to send that one home. Goes hard to the goal and gets rewarded with a pretty pass from the right wing. Oak was there, but unable to stop that drive from Lefebvre. .301 left as CIHA now. They had the lead at 2-1. Now it comes to a 4-3 game. Lots of goal scoring here in this middle period. As it was 1-0 after 20, but these teams flipping the script. Shot high over top of the goal. BWC now. The pressure's on to try and see if they can tie this thing back up heading into the locker room. Round the boards it goes, tipped towards the middle. As Mathios now. Mathios in left wing, centering feed just out of the reach of Nicolat. As Oak, net was off the moorings as one of the BWC players careened into the cage. As 2:22 left. We'll see here. The centering pass out of the reach, and then there went the net. So I believe that was Ewell. Face off, near side, waved out will be Loic LaBelle. Putticombe in behind the cage to the far side as CIHA. Kirsten Bueller in behind the goal. BWC contact there to free the puck up near side. Lima, nice pass to the middle. Here's Stacy. Stacy, far side, muscles his man as he gets the puck in deep. CIHA will play it off of the end boards. Coming across with St. Louis. Lima in the area and levies a big check in the near side corner. Kenzo Gibson into the zone to Lima. Shoots just high. Rebound. Swing and a miss on that far side. As they'll send that one to the opposite wing. Backing in over the blue line. CIHA gain the zone. Here's a look now for Lima. Lima blocked. And that one stung St. Louis. As St. Louis, big check there by Lima, took LaBelle off of the puck. As they throw it ahead. BWC bank pass to Bowie. Offside is the call. So they'll try it again from center ice. So a big block by St. Louis. He's finally able to make it to the bench now with the stoppage of play. That one stung. As he makes his way to the bench now, down to 1:17 left. So here was the block in question. Took him down as he was able to then make it to the bench following the stoppage. As the physicality and the fervor in this game not taking any shifts off. Players are sacrificing the body one way or the other. Left wing side now, CIHA light with it. Centers through the crease and out the other side. Right wing as it'll bounce off a stick and come out to neutral ice. Retreating is Pattison. Feeds it to the middle. Under pressure by Bowie. Kim turns, gave it away. Downhill, Falk, wrister. That's off of the window and somehow stays in. Chang under pressure, able to play that puck back into CIHA territory. Down to 45 seconds left in this second period. Far wing, hammered in off of the wall and around it goes. Bumping in the corner. Lefebvre back out after breaking the deadlock and getting this to a 4-3 game. Contact against the wall They'll knock it forwards. Awkward play there as Nicolet taken off of the puck. Now coming around near side is Gibson. Gibson's backhand centering feed knocked away from Nelson. Feed to the right wing now. Down to 15 seconds left. CIHA. Do they have a buzzer beater in them? Centering pass, and it's blocked before it got through. Far side wall. Down now to 1 second remaining. That will do it. A last gasp there from CIHA, but a big block by Burnaby Winter Club will keep this a 4-3 contest heading into the locker room. So how the turntables as BWC were leading 1-0 heading into the first intermission. Now it is CIHA that lead heading into the second intermission. How's it going? Ian Wilson with you on behalf of the incredible broadcast crew of Trickshot Sports Production that does not miss. This is the U15 Elite Canadian Crown. Some of the best and brightest in U15 talent from across North America are here in Devon, Alberta to see who shall reign supreme. The Canadian Crown weighs heavy upon the brow of its victor, and we'll see who will head home bearing that burden after this weekend has concluded. We've got the rest of the round robin coming up here today, and then after that, everybody is shuffled into their semifinal Saturday divisions, A through C. C Division will play their semifinals first tomorrow morning, and then they'll play their finals at the end of the day Saturday night. Then, of course, on Sunday, we get the B finals and the A finals. So it's going to be an exciting weekend. Be sure to stay tuned all throughout. A wild second period that saw this game go from 1-0 to 4-3 as CIHA get 4 past the netminder Oak. And then on the other side, BWC keeping pace. It was a tie game up until the dying moments as CIHA pick up a late one courtesy of Lefebvre. And this is now a 1-0 or a 1-goal lead, I should say, for the Calgary International Hockey Academy. We'll see what these teams have in store for the third period, but it's definitely going to be exciting because just the pace that these two sides are playing with, they've been very evenly matched, and that always makes for an exciting contest. We're going to hear again from the players that we caught up with prior to the contest. We caught up with Pattison from CIHA and Lowther from BWC. Let's hear what they had to say prior to this contest.
How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Bennett Pattison from CIHA ahead of their contest against BWC here at Dale Fisher Rink. Bennett, how you doing so far this tournament? How's CIHA been faring?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been a great tournament. Super excited to be a part of it. It's great.
For these tournaments, obviously, it's a good chance for the boys to get bonding. It's a real neat experience to get all the way out, get into these tournaments, and just experience it all.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got a good chance at going all the way this year, so it's going to be a great experience for our team.
If somebody hasn't had the chance to see CIHA hockey before, how would you describe that to us in a nutshell?
I'd say we're a very good passing team, very physical, and we love to lay the body.
And for you, just tell us a little bit about some of your early experiences in hockey. How'd you first get involved, and how long have you been playing the sport for now?
Well, I think I'd say I started when I was about 3 years old. Moved up in the HSL, and then moved to CIHA. It's been a great decision.
Fantastic. Just give us a quick message for the fans back home that are tuned in to watch the game.
Enjoy the show.
There it is. Thank you very much, Bennett. Good luck in your game today, buddy.
Thank you.
How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Wyatt Lowther from Burnaby Winter Club ahead of their contest against CIHA here at the Dale Fisher Rink. It's day 2 of this Canadian Crown. Wyatt, the U15 Elite Tournament, the lights are shining bright. How have you been so far?
I've been great. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the travel been like coming out to Alberta with the boys?
It's very cold, not like this back in BC.
No, 100%. There's a little bit of snow outside, which
Yeah.
means it's a great day for hockey. If you had to describe BWC hockey to us, what would that be?
It's a great culture, and everyone's a great person, and we're all nice to each other, and we're just great teammates.
And what's it like being a part of this kind of the big atmosphere at the tournament? Obviously, there's a lot of eyes on this event, and you guys have the chance. Every game matters. What's that pressure been like?
It's been a big pressure, showcasing everyone's skills and just everyone playing their best. It's really fun.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you first get involved in the sport? How long have you been playing hockey for?
I've been playing hockey for about 13 years now, ever since I was a little one.
Ever since you're a little one. You remember who chucked you out the door the first time?
Oh, definitely my dad.
Definitely your dad.
Yeah.
There you go. Last thing, just give us a very quick message for the fans that are tuning in from back home.
Just wish us luck, and hopefully we make semis and win finals.
There it is. Thank you very much, Wyatt. Good luck out there today.
Thank you.
Elevator, but the ranks on the way with the fleet. Take a seat and stay out of reach. Word is mine, I ain't claiming a piece. Throne is mine, but I stay on my feet. Locked and loaded, I pray that you get low. If you rollin', I pray you don't get cold. Is you ready for war, my brother? Is you ready for war, my brother?
Backing, they backing up.
That here comes Burnaby. Pass was picked up. Now in front. Quick shot scored!
Yeah, don't ask if you thinking we different. You trash and I'm picking the litter. I'ma spend a whole bag, I'm still getting rich. Really, it figures. Life's the bitch, now I'm intimate with it. Got hunger, but I'm skipping the dinner to give him the picture. Get him my gold, they ain't giving the silver. They ain't really the win as long as you still in the mix. That's a real bad luck, brother. Now I got them all shook, brother. I ain't playing by the book, brother. They'll be reading what it took, brother. Soon enough we'll be understood, brother. Started doing everything I could, now I'm doing what you can in case you mistook. Place with grace, but I can't stay put. I'm made to be self-made and make way with the fleet. Take a seat or stay out of reach. Word is mine, I ain't claiming a piece. Throne is mine, but I stay on my feet. Locked and loaded, I pray that you get low. If you roll it, I pray you don't get cold. Is you ready for war, my brother? Is you ready for war, my brother?
Backing, they backing up.
Welcome back inside Dale Fisher Arena here at the GFL Twin Arenas in beautiful Devon, Alberta. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trickshot Sports Production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us here as we bring you all the best from the Canadian Crown U15 Elite. CIHA and BWC, the Calgary International Hockey Academy and Burnaby Winter Club. Little BC Alberta action as we've got ourselves a 4-3 hockey game in favor of CIHA as they look to rebound after their loss to Shattuck St. Mary's yesterday. BWC, this is their final game of the round robin as they come away with a 1-1 finish yesterday. And they look to rebound here today and find themselves on the right side of 500 hockey heading into the divisional realignment for semifinal Saturday. CIHA getting the latest goal on the board courtesy of Lefebvre. That is where we stand now at the 4-3 juncture. Can they keep building on that momentum, or will BWC march right back onto the score sheet? Shot goes wide by Simpson. Followed up as then they overskated the puck, so CIHA slip it through. It's off the skate of Dingwall and into the attacking zone. 1 minute into the third period. Second of 4 games here on the day as CIHA will throw it off of the boards and around it goes. As the chance now for CIHA to see if they can get back on the right foot. They've got the advantage. Now the pressure is on to try and keep maintaining that lead. Game management is an important skill when it comes to any hockey team and, of course, individual hockey players. You have a lead, make sure you play with it and don't rest on your laurels. As BWC waved out, Bowie going to be sent in as the new center. Face off near wing from our perspective. Into the corner, Pattison will send it around to the far side. That one dead stopped after it hit the bottom side of the boards. Interesting hop there. Nice pass ahead. Can they pull it through? Knocked away from Chuddick. As Ewell, left wing, going to knock it forwards as it'll wrap around the boards and end up on that far side. Sent down low, pinned against the end boards, as battling for it down low will be Carpenter. Carpenter wins the battle onto the backhand. Sharp angle shovel as it's stopped by Montembeau. CIHA left the puck behind. Gets some help as they fire it to the opposite blue line. Pulled through and sent in by Gerstenbuehler. BWC trailing in this game. As Nicolet tried to center, it was knocked away by the paddle of Oak. Up the near side boards as Gibson tried to stretch feed. That one will miss the mark as it goes the distance. And that'll bring play back down to our end of the rink. 17:48 remaining. Still 2 more games coming up here today. As with Burnaby Winter Club in their final game of this round robin. Looking for a chance to end it on the upper hand. Try and stake their claim on one of the higher divisions. Of course, everybody wants to be in the A division battling for the Canadian crown. Of course, as we've heard from the scouts all event long, the competition has been exceptional. It's been great to identify new talent that teams will have on their scouting report, as well as checking in with all the players that are already on their radar, as this U15 season is so important for these players. This their CHL draft year. Opposite side, Lima tried to make the play to the middle, as Gibson unable to win that one back from Dingwall. Dingwall cuts to the middle. One hand on the stick. Here's the follow-up. Save, rebound, they score! Knock, knock. Liam Nicolet cleans up at the near side post as CIHA will extend the lead to 2. Nice play on that far side. The wrister squeaks through Oak. And right place, right time for Liam Nicollet. Goes hard to the goal and is rewarded with a puck right there. As CIHA, a 2-goal lead, and an important one at that as they establish again more of that offensive consistency here in this third period. As BWC pass it across, then get it right back in the near corner for Putacombe. BWC to the middle, away from Carta Donata. Right side, Lefebvre taken away and played off of the boards. As CIHA to the far side, looking, passing, and just out of the reach as Oak took a bit of a stick there from Okubo. Putacombe off the boards, then sent off of the benches as Nelson and Lefebvre come together. CIHA as LaBelle to the middle. Here's Lefebvre on the wing, shoveled it towards the goal, paddled away by Oak. Lefebvre to the near side. Followed up as Lavers holds the line. Heading down the wall, tried to pull it through onto the forehand as Stacy under pressure by Chuddick. Following up as well, and Stacy taken down awkwardly at the center ice area. CIHA looking to work their way in front of the benches. It's knocked back into Calgary territory. Lavers under pressure as that puck will end up in the corner. Backhander up the wall. Comes out to the neutral zone as Stacy, rink-wide feed it goes. They follow up and shot in as it stopped. And a backhander will keep it alone in behind the cage for CIHA. Shot total starting to slow up a bit here. Shorten up the gap, that is, 29-22. CIHA efficient in their goal scoring here. 5 goals on 22 shots. Near side is Chang. Chang, far wing, plays it forward, tipped out of the zone. Not enough legs for icing. Gibson going after it. Kim the first one there for CIHA. As Kim taken down, and Gibson knew immediately. The head goes back. And an opportunity now with the extra attacker for CIHA. Unable to make it happen. As Gibson is going to go to the box. It's either going to be a hook or a trip. It will indeed be a trip as he had the stick in the area. And Kim ends up going down. 15:04 remaining here in this third period now as CIHA, they've got the 2-goal lead. Will they be able to generate an even wider margin? Off the draw, LaBelle to the line. CIHA looking to capitalize. Matthews, wrister deflected wide. Against the wall is Nelson. That puck works its way out to the neutral zone. Bowie jumping on it as then LaBelle puts it back to St. Louis. St. Louis drops it back at his own blue line. CIHA work their way in. Chipped on the near side. Matthews under pressure as Putacombe turns and puts that one down ice opposite corner. Montembeault will shoot it forward. Has a look here for LaBelle. CIHA with speed. Nicollet right up the middle. Nicollet around and behind the cage. Can't find a centering feed. He'll hold and put it to the boards for Lefebvre. Watched by fellow 21 Lowther. Fanned on the pass. Bowie breaks around the outside. Shorthanded look from the wing. Good recovery by Lefebvre. Knocked it away from Bowie before he could get the shot away. CIHA across the blue line they go as they dump it in. Coming near side. They'll play it in behind the cage and out the other wing as Lowther puts it off the wall. There's LaBelle. Reversed it back as Lowther gets a piece of it. He'll chip and chase up the middle. Lima there as well, shorthanded to the middle. Lowther puts it high and wide right. CIHA retain control now as they'll pass it forward. Far side of the ice. Gaining the zone, dropped it back. Dingwall unable to make the play. Back out to the neutral zone as Dingwall, shadowed by Chang, played it off the boards as they gain the zone. Sexton offside. As CIHA down to 21 seconds on the man advantage. They're looking for a dagger. Another insurance marker. They are got a 2-goal lead right now. But we know how quickly that can evaporate at a Canadian Crown. Face off far side, just outside the blue line. Dingwall to take the draw, going up against Carta Donata. As that puck will work its way to the opposite blue line. CIHA knock it forwards. In they go, around down low. As Chang, far corner. CIHA will play it off of the wall, and around it goes. Escaping out to neutral ice. Penalty about to expire. As Stacy able to force a quick pass from Kim. Awkward play there as they knock it out of the zone and then pay the price. Two players will quickly bounce right back up. 29-22 the shots on goal here. 7 differential in favor of BWC. As the puck knocked down with a high stick. That'll bring play back into the neutral zone. 12:40 left to go in the third. As we have another look at how we got to this point. Back in the first, it was Gibson getting the goal. It's incorrectly credited to Rowan Stacy right now, unless I'm crazy. I'm 97% positive it was Gibson that got that goal. Then in the middle frame, Chuddick, Matthews twice, and Ryder Lefebvre get the goals for CIHA, while Gibson got his second of the game, as well as Christian Lima contributing his third of the tournament. And then in the third period, Liam Nicolette extends the lead to 2, and that is where we stand right now. BWC behind the 8 ball, looking to see if they can get back out to a tie game. As that one will be sent the distance. As BWC, the officials catching them red-handed. As the correct player brought back out from the bench. The officials having a quick discussion about it there. Face off far side from our perspective. Lima, Falk, Carpenter, Simpson, and Barker. To the line. Knocked away from Nicolette. Sent through traffic at the skates in front. Never made it through. Matthews takes the shot. Deflected again. As BWC will gather to the near side. Simpson tried to play it through. Matthews centering feed, spinning. Dingwall fires, blocked by Barker. Nicolette up to the line. Little push as they work their way down the half wall. Trading places. Here's Nicolette again. Nicolette at the line. Carries to the near side. Fires off of the boards. Around it goes to the opposite wing. Backhander. And then fired back in by Marion. Backhander. Here's the shot. Oak the save. Comes out to the line. One-timer tipped wide. Back out it goes through traffic. Deflected by Carpenter. Falk will poke it to neutral territory. Reversed back to the opposite side. CIHA in and wide of the goal. 11 minutes left here. Third period action from Dale Fisher at the GFL Twin Arenas. Gibson. Out he goes. Left wing side. Takes a wrister wide of the cage. Follows up and behind the goal. Puck reversed by Lima. Crashing in was Gibson. Kicks it to his stick. We're going to get around the pressure. Ewell centers. Knocked away. Ewell again. Banks it up to the line for Lowther. They'll play it down low as Lima turns the corner. Lima to Lowther. Wrister through traffic. Loose puck. Cleared away and out to center ice. Back for it goes Lima. He'll corral it in behind his cage and bring it out himself. Lima, right wing, plays it up the middle, poked forward by Chuddick. Gathering it, Gibson tried to feed the center as Lima sends it to the line, intercepted by Gerstenbuehler. Plays it ahead, foot race ensues. Cutting across, Lowther gets there. Chuddick centers off a skate. Oak with the save and covers up. No rebound given. Good battle on the far side. As 30-24. CIHA still in the driver's seat right now, but BWC pressuring on the other end of the rink. CIHA are definitely going to appreciate having this opportunity down at this end. And sometimes your best defense is a good offense, and that's what CIHA is hoping for here. And they win the offensive zone draw. CIHA play it back against the wall. Lefebvre to the line. St. Louis across. Marion through traffic block. That one sent wide. Far side Lefebvre. Sutherland into him. Putacombe gets it to Stacy. Stacy, left wing side. In as he chips it forward and chases after it. Stacy down low. Stacy will play it off of the end wall. That one's up onto the window. Stays in. Putacombe pinching in. As that one will work its way down low. Battling is Stacy. Wins it. Has Nelson in front. Sharp angle feed. Comes out to the near wing. Here's a look for Rui. Stopped rebound. Battled out by Montembeau. Round and behind the cage. As it comes to the near side. Backhander gloved forward by CIHA. Kept in by Putacombe. Into the corner now. Behind the cage for Bowie. Bowie to the far wing side. Follows up on it. Comes out to the center ice area as Putacombe fires it back in. Left it behind the cage as they'll try a stretch feed up the middle. Right wing side. Holds the puck. Centers it. Poked away near side. Dingwall with it. Back to the line. Now Dingwall. Towards the middle. Matthews comes out from in front of the goal. A backhander. Round and behind the cage. Nicolat to Dingwall. Comes all the way up to the blue line. Fanned on the pass across. He'll go to Nicolat. Nicolat across the zone. Nice move in the middle. Nicolat deposits in front and Oak the save. Played out to the far point. Shot through traffic. Tipped wide. As Simpson will bank it off of the wall for Lima. Lima waited for the pressure to come and sent it out of the zone. Knocked down by Falk, then sent down the other direction. As Lima bumps with one of the CIHA players, knocked off of the puck, played to the near boards. As Ewell following up. Played up the far side now. CIHA. Dingwall was hit against the wall. As Barker bumps with his man. Now Gibson. Looking to exit the zone. Passes ahead up the middle. Lima poked away. CIHA with a chance as they hoist that one in. But that will tag the safety netting and up out of play. As Lima and Matthews, the two of them pushing and shoving as Matthews had hold of Lima's stick. 7:23 remaining in the third period. Shot disparity continuing to close up. It's now down to 6 as BWC finding some more opportunity. But CIHA are continually increasing their offensive productivity. We've seen a lot of good looks in the offensive zone. If you can spend the majority of the rest of this game down in the attacking end, you're going to have a good time if you can come away with more and more looks in your opponent's end of the rink. Face-off coming further back out, just outside the CIHA blue line. One back sent across. In over the line is Lowther. Little drag shot kicked out by Montembeau. To the line and out to neutral ice. CIHA counterattack. It's sent off of the window far side. Carta Donata. As a backhander off of the end wall. Works its way around and behind the cage. Reversed. As they'll play it off of the window. Down it goes, out the other way. As Chuddik, far side, waiting, unable to get the wrister to go, centering pass, and Oak the save loose, sent wide of the goal. As Sexton and Lowther coming together in the middle. There's a heavy hit by Ewell. As far side now, CIHA territory. Pace picking up here as we enter the 6:30 remaining mark. Down low and behind the cage, Marion will bring it back around the near side. Glove down at the line by Putacombe. They're going to call a glove hand pass. That'll bring things out to neutral ice area with 6:22 remaining. In BWC, they've had some good rush opportunities here in this third period, but they need a little bit more. They need that consistent offensive zone pressure. They're going to try and crack this armor of CIHA right now. CIHA not just resting on their laurels and playing a defensive turtle style of game. They're going out and looking for it. They want to extend this lead. Of course, goal differential matters here in this tournament as far as trying to deal with tiebreakers. Sutherland. Round it goes to the line. Chipped up the wall. It'll go back down low for LaBelle. Loic LaBelle. Reverses. Comes all the way to the near side wall. Pinching in off of the blue line was Hansol Kim. As Light comes out of the pile. LaBelle joins the fray. Gets a piece of that puck. It was chested down. Goes out the other direction. As Lima sends it around. As Hansol Kim. Kim right side, chips it off the wall as he enters the territory. Unable to put that one back on the forehand, so LaBelle helps out. Comes together with his man. As LaBelle throwing the weight around. Puck picked off in the middle by Sutherland. Sutherland dumps that in. Off of the end wall and around and behind the cage it goes. As BWC going to be caught red-handed with a couple extra bodies that were trying to exit the zone. 5-14, still a 2-goal game here in favor of CIHA. Holding on to the advantage. Lima, Bowie, Lowther, Chang, and Nelson out for BWC. Countering will be George Matthews and company. Wrister, pad save by Oak. Off the wall was Marion. Down low, out of the forehand for Dingwall. Dingwall feeds it across far side. Takes the shot through traffic. It'll come around near wing. Backhander off the boards as Chang, far side. They'll chip it ahead. Waits, takes, couple deflections. Goes back to the line held in by St. Louis. In the corner is Nicolak. Tipped in front and goes wide. As Matthews plays it to the line again for Marion. Far side St. Louis. Here's a wrister. Tipped, knocked down in front. As it'll work its way out to the neutral zone. Far wing. They send it in off of the end boards. Down to 4.5 remaining. Matthews and Lowther come together. Stacy back defensively as well too. Chang and Nelson can't get it away from Dingwall. Dingwall in CIHA. Excellent work keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Dingwall. Around he goes. Takes the shot. Tipped. Doesn't make it through. Lowther now looking to accelerate. Passes to Christian Lima. Lima right wing side. Shield. Shoots and scores! Sharp angle shot from Christian Lima. BWC pull back within one. It's never too late as Lima gets it to go with under 4 remaining in the third period. As the shot, little power move around the right wing side, shields the puck and lets it fly. Ripples the twine with Montembeau out to challenge. So it's a 1-goal game. As currently, under 4 minutes remaining, BWC, Christian Lima. Heavy hit at the red line as Chuddick absolutely steamrolls Mr. Carpenter. Delayed offside was called as Chuddick, chugging down the tracks, gets all of Hayden Carpenter. How about that for a reset of the momentum? The other team all of a sudden trying to build from their own end. And Carpenter did not look both ways before crossing the street. CIHA intercepted by Chang. Here's a chance at numbers. Wrister fought off by Montembeau. They'll play it forward and around and behind the cage. Nelson going after it. Nelson, contact in the corner. CIHA will pull it in behind the cage and around the near side. Chip down to the BWC end of the rink. Chang now plays it off the wall. As it goes to the opposite side, they'll play it off of the boards. Pressure now. CIHA past the near side. Chipped ahead. As Putacombe back for it. Far side corner. They'll play it to Gibson. Off the wall now. And ahead it goes. Backhand play to the middle. As CIHA now. Here's a chance for Ryder Lefebvre. 2-on-1. Lefebvre across. In on goal. And they score! Ryder Lefebvre, the give and go, gets it back and makes good as CIHA restore that 2-goal lead. 6-4 your score as Lefebvre gives it up, gets it back, and ripples the twine. Beautiful play in tight as CIHA capitalize on the counterattack. What goes around comes around. As Lefebvre gives a nice pass, gets a nice pass. Now Lima towards the goal. Poked away by Montembeau, and then a penalty coming here. As Christian Lima, a heavy fall into the boards after the drag move. Slow to get up, the official with the penalty call. The trainer immediately going over to have a look at Lima. He's already back up to a vertical base of his own accord. So Lima, a heavy collision into the wall, was just taken off kilter and then crashed into the end wall. So the penalty is called. Lima is okay. Again, skating over to the bench under his own power. Yeah, just lost the footing on the pressure there from Loic Labelle. A little slow to get up, but the penalty called on the play. The officials are going to talk about it here. We got 2:26 left, and CIHA are back up by 2. So the team's getting a brief chance at respite here. So timeout called by Burnaby Winter Club. They got a bit of an extended one because the officials were talking about the play at hand. So 6-4 your score. BWC call their timeout as they've got 2 goals to make up here to try and tie this game back up at 6. Still lots of time left in this game by the standards of these two teams. It has been end-to-end action consistently throughout this contest. So a penalty going against Loic Labelle. He'll be in the sin bin for a couple minutes. And the net is empty. 6-on-4 for the extra attacker. As here comes the kitchen sink. They're going to throw everything they have at this CIHA squad. Face off left wing side. Again, 6-on-4 for the extra attacker as CIHA waved out of the circle. This is where the penalty killers of Calgary International Hockey Academy need to dig in. 2-goal lead they're trying to preserve right now. Chang, left wing side. Back to Chang, center blue line. Chang looks it off, left wing, gets it right back. Chang loading, passing off. BWC now goes to Chang up high. Chang, lots of bodies, shoots, high and wide right. Lima tried to center, swing and a miss, and it goes off the post. What an opportunity there for BWC, staring down the barrel of a 1-goal contest. As a 2-goal game right now. Another face-off coming from the near side. One back by CIHA. They'll send it around to the opposite wing. Chang knocked it down with his chest, and it's offside. They'll be forced to tag up. Down to now a minute 45. Knocked down by the high stick of Lima. And if Chuddik gets to touch it first, so that'll be a high stick. And because of where Lima touched it, I would imagine that the faceoff will be inside the zone. So they're going to have to send Oak back out onto the ice. So back to 5-on-4. Bowie, Gibson, Carpenter, Lowther, Chang. Penalty killers include Dingwall, Chuddik, St. Louis, and Marion. Marion fires it down ice. As back will be Chang under pressure from Chuddik. Forced to curl back down to a final 90 seconds. There goes Oak as they'll give it to Gibson. Gibson round the outside, shields the puck, takes it in behind the goal. Comes out the near wing with it. Kenzo Gibson. Down to behind the cage. Marion picked off on the wall. As St. Louis tied up. Carpenter goes back up to Gibson at the right point. Gibson now down the half wall. 35 seconds on the power play. Here's the shot through traffic and high and wide right. Sent off of the window. A stanchion hop puts it out to center ice. Here's a look for Chang on the right wing side. Nice drag move. Still holds on to the puck. Takes it into the corner. Tried to chip it back in front. It'll come to the near side wall. As Carpenter senders it. Picked off by CIHA. Held in and then knocked down ice. Will it curl in? It goes just wide, but it's short-handed, so there's no icing. Now we're back 5-a-side. 6-on-5 with the net empty. Down to 20 seconds left in regulation. Time winding down for BWC. Here's Lima getting to entry into the zone. Gibson to the middle. Turn. Fire. Montembeau the save. Loose puck. and they chip it in? No good on the wraparound attempt. Down to 4 seconds left. And that will do it. Time winds down as your final score from this contest, 6-4 in favor of CIHA. A back-and-forth affair finds itself with a 2-goal lead at its conclusion. CIHA bear down and get the job done here in this third period. A valiant effort by Burnaby Winter Club. They dropped to 2-1, or rather 2-1-2, while CIHA get their first win of this U15 Elite Canadian Crown. The handshake line to finish it all off. One of the best sights in sports, as both teams giving it their all in this contest. And the goal scoring was rampant in that middle frame. It went from a 1-0 game to all of a sudden a 4-3 affair coming into the final period of play. As in that third period, Liam Nicolet in the first 3 minutes got a big goal on the board. Christian Lima, it'll be his 4th goal of the tournament before Ryder Lefebvre found the insurance marker, making it 6-4. So the game-winning goal at this point would stand as Liam Nicolet's goal at the 17-12 remaining mark of the third period. So Stacy will come away with the Hustle and Heart Award, or no, is he the MVP? Looked like he was given the hat. Then Bowie coming away with Hustle and Heart. So Stacy and Bowie, your game MVPs for Burnaby Winter Club. And then St. Louis, as well as George Mattheos coming away with the honors on the side of CIHA. Of course, Mattheos with a multi-goal game. 2 of them coming in the second period, and huge for shifting the momentum in his team's favor here this afternoon. That's going to do it for this contest. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trickshot Sports Production that does not miss. Thank you for sharing in this game with us. And coming up next, we've got more U15 Elite action live from Dale Fisher at the GFL Twin Arenas in Devon, Alberta. A 6-4 final, a solid showcase by Calgary International Hockey Academy, as they will have one more game as they'll face off against Illinois tonight, 7:30 over at Zender Rink. That'll do it for the round robin for BWC. They remain awaiting their fate for semifinal Saturday. As always, do us a favor, be the best version of yourself, be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you again very soon.